Hey, this is Danielle from Banning Lane, and I am here with this week's In Your Pocket video. Now, I'm starting out by showing you this really cute and fun, whimsical inspiration piece that was picked for this week. And I really like so many things about it, but I think that I mentioned on my last In Your Pocket video that I have a really hard time using inspiration pieces for that particular album. It's just really a place where I document our everyday life, and so I get inspiration from the feelings that we felt or the stories that were kind of bigger for us that week. But I still wanted to go ahead and try to use this. And once I got looking at it, I read the quote that said, "Enjoy the little things in life, for one day you'll look back and realize they were the big things." And I just thought that is what Project Life is all about, is documenting those little things of our life. So I thought that that would be perfect to use in Project Life. Now, since I'm so far behind, I really got to go through and pick what week I wanted to do. So I just made sure to pick one that kind of emphasized some of those little things that we had going on in our house. For this week, I'm going to be using a Design A page protector, and I'm only using one. A lot of times I will use two, but since I'm playing catch up, I don't think too much about it. And if I feel that I only need one, that's all that I use. I am going to be doing an insert though that's a 5x7 photo that you saw there, and I'll be working on that a little bit later. So I'm just getting all of my photos arranged how I like them, and I'm using a lot of products from One Little Bird. Now, every week this year, I'm using the same title card, which I got from One Little Bird. And then these first three cards that I show you, they are also from different sets, but I will link to those down below so that you can see them. This green card came from a past Studio Calico kit when I subscribed to them for a bit. So I'm just getting all of these arranged down how I think they look good, and then I will work on getting my layout done. So I'm starting off with my title card, which I usually always do. This week I decided to make my title card have a lot of layers. I think there's 3 of them there. And I switch that up every now and again, but it's almost always white with a colored week title on there. Now I pulled that week 20 into Photoshop Elements and picked up some color from another card that I was using this week to color that orange, and I think that turned out great. Now I'm just using my Becky Higgins date stamp to get the date put on here, and I'm using Hero Arts Soft Granite. And I decided to just make that sort of a messy stamp this week and stamped each of those dates a few times on my card. The next cards I'm going to be pulling out are this photo of my daughter. Her and my husband are waiting to get their ice cream from the ice cream truck. Now, my daughter is usually always sleeping when the ice cream truck comes around, but today she wasn't, or I should say this day she wasn't. And so I thought it would be fun to take her out and let her have that experience. That's definitely a little thing in life. And I just used that card that said "Live in the Moment." I put a piece of white cardstock on there so that I would have a nice place to journal. And I just told about her first experience with the ice cream truck. Now this plaid card, I plan on making just a nice, pretty card, no journaling or anything on it. I don't know which set of hearts I'm going to use, the kind of coppery chipboard ones or that wood veneer, but I decided to wait till I was all done, and then I would have a better feel for what look I was going for. So next I pull out my other 2 photos and the 2 cards. Now this photo that I'm working with right here is just my daughter standing in an aisle at a store looking at some makeup. We were actually in Ulta, and the card I'm using, it says "Dear Blank" and has a bunch of spaces that you can fill in, and then at the end says "Love Always." And I'm just using this because my daughter loves makeup and girly things, and she loves when we have to go to like Ulta or Sephora or the beauty supply store. It's always really fun for her, and it's super fun for me too. That's something that we share, so I get excited to take her there, and I'm super happy that she likes it. So I thought that definitely fit the theme of this week. And then the last picture here on my pocket page is this photo of some plants in the back of my husband's truck. And I'm just taking this orange card. I cut out this word phrase from a past Studio Calico phrase sheet that says "Oh yes." And then I'm just using that little space below that to write how we're We went and bought all of our seeds and plants to plant our garden, which we do the following week. But we were excited to get to that process of actually buying all of the things. And that was a lot of fun to pick out which things we wanted to plant. So you can see that I'm starting to work on my insert, and I take a bunch of these simple story alphabet stickers, and I just pulled ones that matched the colors of that plaid card. And this is where I'm going to be incorporating that quote into my layout. So at first I was going to take these letter stickers and spell out that whole quote, but then I thought I might not have enough. So I just decided to use part of the quote, and I'm just alternating these colors of letter stickers on this tag. I have two different sizes here, so I am cautious about where I put them to make sure that there's a nice balance of big and little, and also spread out the colors. So as you can see, I chose to just use the part of the title that says "Enjoy the Little Things." And then I took everything over to my sewing machine. So I'm going to quickly show you that I sewed on actually a lot of the cards this week. Sometimes I do a lot and sometimes I do a little, but I did a lot this week. So now I'm going to take everything and just put it back down on my paper so that I can make sure I have a nice balance and that I don't want to add or change anything. This is always my favorite part, to see everything come together after you worked on each of those little cards. So I can see right away that I want to use this wood veneer. Everything has sort of a softer feel to it, and I think that those coppery chipboard hearts just would feel out of place on this layout. So I get that wood veneer glued down and in place. And then I work on getting my insert finished up. So I'm just going to take some of this twine that I got at Joann's and loop it through the top of my tag. And then I'm going to secure my tag to that background paper. And I want it to look as if I kind of just tossed it in there. So I make it a little off-centered so that it has sort of that casual feel to it. And then I am going to pull out the page protector just so that you can see how I finish this insert off. I put the tag on one side and then I slip my photo in the other side. And my photo is just one of my daughter eating the ice cream she got from the ice cream truck. And she picked a rainbow popsicle that was a complete mess and it was all over her. And so I thought that that photo was perfect for that quote. But I want to put a little tab on the edge of this. So I'm just using, I don't know what these are called. You get them at an office supply store. But I'm using this stamp set from Felicity Jane, and it had a couple sentiments on there that I thought went well. And I'm using this soft apricot ink from Hero Arts. And then after that, I call this layout done. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to check out our Facebook group and our blog and all of the fun things that the Crafty Maven Getaway has going on. I will put all the links down below, so definitely check those out. Also, if you want to see more videos from me, I am Banning Lane on YouTube. I will also put a link to that down below. I actually have another Project Life spread on my channel today, so be sure to check that out. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.